The Boston Celtics are continuing their teardown. First, it was Drew Holiday. Then it was Kristaps Porzingis as he is on his way to the Atlanta Hawks. It's a three-team deal, a bunch of pieces going all over the place. But let's just focus on the Hawks side of this and the Celtics side of this. I like this for Boston and for Atlanta. I think for Boston, again, it's about the money. And we can have a bigger conversation about if this is actually good for the NBA or not. But for how the NBA is structured at this particular time, this is about the money. It gets them under the second apron. I think it gets them pretty close to under the luxury tax as well. And so both of those things, to be able to get under them in a season where you are not expecting to be championship level competitive, I think it makes a whole lot of sense for them and helps them out greatly when you are looking at the flexibility of your roster and different moves that you can make in the years ahead. So I think that this is some very, very smart maneuvering from Brad Stevens and company to put all of this together and be able to come out of it with like a relatively competitive-ish looking basketball team. Like, you look at the pieces that they bring in, and this one, it's George Niang and picks and some other stuff, but like Niang is fine as a basketball player. I actually kind of like him. And so I think that there is a world where he is a pretty productive piece for the Celtics. So they get less expensive and you get a lot more flexibility out of your roster. And you get players that are good enough that they can still be competitive-ish in the Eastern Conference. So I think that this is a good move and a very good bit of GMing from Brad Stevens between the Drew Holiday one and the Kristaps Porzingis one. It is a bit of a changing of the guard, I suppose, out in Boston, right? Like this was a championship team that looked like it was going to be set up for a while. And then Tatum gets hurt, Porzingis gets sick, and they're out in the second round. And now looking down the barrel of, man, this is going to be an expensive team to finish third in the East next year and get bounced in the second round. So let's pivot. These contracts are up at the end of the season. It gives them some financial wiggle room to really attack the offseason and put that kind of nucleus back together. As mentioned before, this one is streaming over on twitch.tv/primetimepk. Had a bit of a technical issue over there yesterday, but we're hoping to do another video game stream coming up today at 3 p.m. Going to be doing more basketball, a little bit of NBA 2K as we get ready for the draft coming up this evening. On the Atlanta side, I think this makes them a very intriguing team, with the understanding that Porzingis' health is questionable at times. It doesn't necessarily, you can't just pencil him in for 65 games, but even not being the biggest Trae Young fan, you have to say, like, Trae Young with Porzingis is a very interesting combination. You can do a 5-out thing. You can have him kind of draw some attention as well. So I like this a lot. And then when you consider getting Johnson back from injury, you have another year of Risa. You have Levert and Okongwu on the bench. Dyson Daniel. Like, there are quite a few good pieces on this Atlanta team. They have a trade exception that they can use. Those tend to get overblown quite a bit, but they do literally have that thing. So this is an Atlanta team that could be sneaky competitive all of a sudden. Kind of like what is being built out with the Atlanta Hawks, even if I'm not the biggest fan of the foundation that they're building on with Trae Young. So look, I think that this is a series of trades that actually works out on all sides and puts all of these teams, I think, in a better spot considering what their goals were going into this. So very, very excited to see where things go.